Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Anita's Journey. Today, we are going to have an interactive session. I have invited a friend of mine who has worked with me in this journey. She knows Anita very well. She knows our family. She knows the challenges and the highlights that we have gone through with Anita. And I'd like her to just come in and just highlight what she has observed. First of all, she's a counselor. She has a background in teaching. She is a teacher. She is very passionate about children, especially children with special needs. And she can talk, she can point out some important things that I know and I've interacted with her. I wanted her to come on set and share. So, Lois, welcome.
Thank you.
Set.
Yes.
How have you been?
I'm good. The Lord has been good to me.
Yeah.
I am, and I'm happy to be here today. Thank you for inviting me and hosting me. I've seen you work with your daughter, and I've known you for some time since Anita was young. And one thing I can say that you've done a very good job, and I'm very proud of you as a parent and as a teacher.
Thank you.
It has not been easy for you because having a special needs child is not easy. I always think that when I was in primary, I had a special need that my family didn't understand. And it was quite tough for me. And being compared with my sibling was the most difficult things I went through. Because my brother caught up with me in standard 3 and went on ahead of me.
Oh.
And we were together, but he graduated before me because he was better than me in many things. And that affected my self-esteem. And I always think I had a special need that the school and my parents did not understand. But I'm happy that even after I completed my Form 4, they were able to take me to a diploma school, teaching college. And after that, I did my undergraduate. And also I did a higher diploma in psychological counseling.
Wow.
And I'm at a better place now because I know what I was going through.
Thank you.
Yes.
Wow, such a wonderful journey. Despite learning that you had learning challenges, your parents pushed on.
Yes, they did.
And they didn't, I can imagine those were the days when even just being a girl, first of all, was disadvantaged if they noticed that you now have a learning challenge.
Yes.
And I want to even applaud your parents for that.
Yes.
That's one thing I know for sure. Parents with special needs children, when we realize that a child is not performing academically, most parents tend to just put that child at home because we are cultured in a way that to think that education is everything, is writing, is excelling in papers.
Yes.
See what you've achieved, and I'm so proud of you, Lois.
Thank you.
What do you think our society, I know you have interacted and I've seen you volunteer even at our church. We fellowship together in different areas where children are concerned, and especially children with special needs. As a society, where do you think we are with this issue?
I would say we are somewhere, but not up to date because of what is happening in our schools, our institution, and even our churches, because we are not able to accept these children with special need. First, we are all vulnerable about it, and a lot of stigma from the family point of view. I know that when you receive a child, or when we get these different abled children in our family, we are able to note because of their milestone. And sometimes we feel this is not what I would have expected, and it hurts us deeply. And it hurts the parent. It also hurts the society. And you're wondering, what is all this coming from? And some people are not able to accept and adapt well. And so these children are hidden. The society never come to know about them until maybe it's too late. And they're not given what they need to be given at an early stage. So we realize that they are taken to school late. There are some schools that will not accept them at all. So one thing I would say, as family members, as institution and the society, we should accept them unconditionally. Let us be genuine, let's empathize and accept them for who they are. Because they are special, yes, they are gifted differently, and they are gift from heaven. And God has good plans for them. And I'm aware, and I've seen most parents who have been able to accept at the beginning, they're able to walk through over the storm, and they're able to work with their children very well. I've seen you accepting Anita for who she is. She has cerebral palsy. You have walked through a journey, but the beauty that I can say about you is that you're able to open up even in our church, and you came also to me, and I told you it is well, and you've been able to do a good job. So I am very, very happy about that. As a teacher, I'll say the institution that we have at school should create a very favorable and conducive environment for them. And because we don't have many schools that are accommodating these children, every school should integrate this kind of these special needs, gifted differently children, and make sure that they are at a good place. And I think we are going to be somewhere. Also, the government should come in hardy in these areas and give funds where necessary. Thank you.
Thank you, Lois. What I'm getting from you is that we need to create more awareness. We need to, parents with special needs, we need to bring them out here.
Yes.
And sensitize the society that yes, we have these children with us. Let them understand what these children are going through, and let them just know how to deal with them. I used to come out with Anita when she was young, and I'll be very, I would say, traumatized or affected when people just stare at us. And those stares, for real, they are not the best. When you have such a child, instead of somebody just staring, I think there's something better the society can do. Yeah, you see somebody in a wheelchair struggling, instead of staring, it's good to smile and just know how to, the right question to ask them. So thank you so much, Lois. Yeah?
Thank you too. I would say there is a lot that need to be done about sensitization all over in our society, in our country, in any social setup, so that these children are able to fit in. Even when we have celebration, birthday parties, the hotel should be able to accommodate the way they are. And invite them, even as family, invite them for function, let them feel it is okay, because they also know that they are stigmatized. Sometimes they are vulnerable, they will throw tantrum, they also fight back, and they know they are not accepted. So it is good to accept them for who they are and give them what they require to be given. I am happy with most parents, especially in our church. I see them coming with them, and even our Sunday school is able to accommodate them. And even some school, like where Anita has been going, has been a good school. And we can say this, we have a place for all these children in our society today. All that I would say is that we need to be very sensitive, as we say, when dealing with a family member, because they are also hurting quietly. Because when you stare at me and when you criticize me for who I am, it's not easy. I realize that most of our children are going through dyslexia, which is a condition that kids tend to forget. We have cerebral palsy. We have others who are autistic. And to some extent, they are aware that they are segregated and they are separated. Even when the other kids are playing football or any other game, they tell them to wait. They will join later, which is a bit unfair, but I really understand because they are not aware of how they should be treated, these kids. So I think we should be equipped with the right skills so that we are able to work with these families that are going through those moments. I would say that it is important that whole family accept, because I've seen when one of the parents realize this, especially the men tend to keep off. And the mothers are busy with their children, and it can be very overwhelming. So I advise the family setup to allow ourselves to accommodate these children and work with them and do the best And I know God will give us what it takes to walk with these kids. Thank you very much.
Lois, you've talked about birthdays, and it's interesting that it's something that I've noted also. Personally, we try and celebrate all Anita's birthday where possible. In our house, we have this rule that these are the birthdays we celebrate. We have like milestones, 5 years, it's a big birthday, 10 years, 13 years. And we have celebrated those even for Anita. But as you mentioned about birthdays, these people inviting our children to birthdays, I also noticed it's a two-way. Even as we don't, most parents, you hardly get an invitation to a birthday of a child with special needs or to a person with special needs. And I think this acceptance should start at home.
Yes.
And I believe once you show the society, you show your neighbors, we have met in so many places. You're my neighbor in church, we fellowship together. The way I have accepted Anita, it informs the way you will accept her, isn't it?
Yes, yes, yes.
So as a parent with special needs, the way I will accept and treat my child informs the neighbors, the society, and the others on how to accept. Yeah.
I totally agree with that, but I think the society should be made aware that this is just delayed milestone.
Oh, yes.
Because when I see Anita now and the way I saw her when she was young, she's very different.
True.
She's even talking, she can express herself.
True,
and I'm
true.
excited about that as a neighbor and as a friend.
Do you know, the other day I took Anita to a dentist, actually this week. And I remember when she was young and we would go to a dentist, first of all, she would resist.
Yes.
And then she would refuse to open her mouth. But I think the way she has matured, now she's a grown-up, she has come out of it and she really opens up her mouth.
Yes.
She has matured to a point, she's like just taking an adult of her age and can even leave her there with the dentist and tell the dentist she will cooperate fully.
Yes.
It's a delayed milestone, as you mentioned.
Yes, it's a delayed milestone.
Yes.
And I can say these children are gifted differently. That is the only difference. If you look at what Anita does, even in our church today, she's singing with the others.
Yes, she does. She even performed over Christmas.
Yeah, she did a good job. I was there the whole night.
And she was ushering.
Yes.
Last week on Sunday, she was an usher.
And I was very impressed. So that's why I'm actively involved in this area.
Yes.
And I volunteer even in our village, and you know that.
Yes.
We've worked together and it has been successful for those children. We have been able to make a difference.
Tell me, Lois.
Yes.
You have a background in counseling also.
Yes.
I've seen you doing counseling.
Yes.
And the parents with special needs children, we really struggle mentally.
I hear you.
Right now we have a lot of, what do you call it, mental illness.
Yes, yes, yes.
Not only for parents with special needs, but even for everyone, it's out there. And now that becomes even worse for a parent with special needs and even for the special needs child or adult themselves. What would you advise? How do we deal with this? Because it's a really, it's exhausting mentally, physically.
Yes.
To take care of a person. What would you tell a parent or a caretaker?
I totally agree with you that these people who are involved with giving care to the special needs children, even somebody who's going through a moment in life, illness, the caregivers are going through a lot. And to some extent, they get burnout. And no one get to realize. What I would say first is self-care.
Yeah.
Take care of yourself. Realize this is me. I cannot change these circumstances. And the first thing is self-love. Wake up and reflect on your day. And I would say you partner with God.
Oh, yeah.
The next thing is that you have to take care of yourself spiritually, emotionally, and physically. You take a balanced diet, take a lot of water when you feel like, is not well. Walk and do exercise. Talk to someone like the you talked to me. We have centers that are dealing with this, the caregiver centers. You can walk there and tell them how you're feeling. Also take a time out. delegate this duty.
True.
And some have a night out, go and dance if you can
I
dance.
spoke about it in one of the episodes.
Yes.
I think where I mentioned when she was growing up, and I have a very supportive family.
Amen.
They
to
would
that.
take her and let me, go and unwind.
Yes.
What I believe is that a caretaker, if you don't take care of yourself, it's like pouring from an empty cup. If you can't give what you don't have.
Yes.
So I think self-care, as you mentioned,
Yes.
it's a very important aspect for
Talk-
a caregiver.
Yes, I said you talk about it, talk to your relatives, talk to your significant people in life. There are people who care. I've seen your mommy, I've seen your husband, your teen,
Yes.
and I respect him for that, coming in very strongly into your
Yes.
support system.
Yes.
And as a support system, I would say involve everyone who care. Your sisters have been very, very, and your brother, and I'm very impressed about it.
Thank you.
So I think talk about it like the way you do. You invited me today in your place, and I'm here. And you're talking about what you've gone through. And it is okay.
It's
It is well
fine.
to talk about what we are going through. Because at the end of the day, you have healed.
It's true. It's true.
Yeah.
And actually, as I share Anita's journey, as it's like I'm reliving it.
Yes.
For me, I find it's like therapeutic.
Oh, amen.
Talking about the journey that I've walked with her.
Yes.
I realize I also have some healing that is happening within me.
Yes.
And another thing I know out parents with special needs, we don't like sharing. We don't like talking about our children, either because of the stigma, the shame, or even just our experiences or fatigue for whatever reason.
Yes.
But I've realized there's a lot of help out here. There's a lot of help.
Yes.
I'm one beneficiary. I've benefited from our church.
Yes.
The help that I get there, it's amazing. I can just go and leave Anita there and rush to go do some other errands when there's an activity in church.
Yes.
My neighbors, I don't think there's anyone who don't know Anita. And I feel I have a point where I have people who I can run to say that whenever I come to that point of I've had enough, I'm tired.
Yes.
What you're talking about. And even us as parents, I urge all parents to find those people, support system.
Yes.
So that you can be able to take care of yourself.
Yes, that's okay. I think I really appreciate what you're doing, and it is okay to say what you're going through. It is okay to open up, and it's okay to say it's therapeutic, because we are going to encourage other parents who are going through this.
Yes.
And it is well. Allow me to talk about nutrition a bit.
Yes, you have a background in nutrition, and you're so passionate about nutrition. You keep talking about nutrition. I've heard you talk about it to a group of ladies.
Yes.
And tell me, nutrition with our kids, not just even with our kids, even with ourselves. I know these children, they have different needs. Just mention something to do with nutrition.
I would say a balanced diet is vital and very important. When I was doing my undergraduate, I concentrated more on diet therapy and nutrition, and I was very happy. And it was all about me. I was searching and trying to understand who I am and what my body is allergic to. But I realized this is something that is broad. And I would say this for like Anita, because of her condition, cerebral palsy, she needs to eat a balanced diet. She needs to take care of her diet, especially in proteins, vitamins, and the rest of the nutrition. But she needs to reduce her carbohydrates, because weight management is very good for the cerebral palsy children because of their movement. When she's heavy, it is going to affect her. Yes. Yeah. So a balanced diet is okay.
Yes.
Increase more on what she likes, and she'll be happy too. And you'll be able also to manage her, especially in movement, and even changing her, and taking her general good grooming.
Yes.
Yes.
I understand it, and I have to, I remember when she was growing up, when she was young. There's a doctor who really cautioned us about her weight.
Yes.
And she told us that her weight, we should always maintain her age to certain parameters.
Yes.
And the fact that they are not active, cerebral palsy children are not physically active. So their health, first of all, is compromised.
Yes.
So if you give them a lot of carbs and all that,
Yes.
and they're just not able to physically utilize,
Yeah.
they tend to increase a lot of weight. I think you should see Anita's diet, and we've tried to maintain
I
her.
know.
I know you, when you look at her, sometimes you think she's 15 years or so.
Yeah.
But I thank God that we are able to manage the weight.
Yes, I've
Yeah.
seen that.
Yes.
And I am happy about it.
Yes.
What I can say, these children with different conditions have different needs. Some have slow metabolism and their food take time to digest because like Anita is limited in her physical activity. So you should give small portions many times. And the next thing is that there are some who have intolerance, like those with gluten intolerance. So wheat is an enemy to them. I think seeking for nutritional therapy and diet therapy is very good, even from the nutritionists we have in hospitals. They are very good, and they'll be able to give specific diet for specific condition.
Yes.
And
And I've seen people managing some conditions like autism
yes,
purely on diet.
yes, they do.
Because it's a matter of what what triggers.
Yeah.
What they eat, and it triggers the hyperactivity.
Yeah, those who are hyperactivity, we advise they reduce sugar intake.
Yes.
And they are good. And
Yes.
then the institution should be advised on the same,
Yes.
and the parent.
Yes.
And I think we are at a place where we can be able to help all these children and accept them for who we are. I am impressed about the set. As we move on now, we are accepting because I realize also autism is on the rise, and we can make a difference.
Sure.
We just need to purpose to make a difference.
Sure.
And it's going to be well.
Thank you, Lois. You have talked about nutrition. You have talked about self-care for caregivers. And thank you. I think there's one point that I would like us to talk about. As a primary caregiver for our children, we need, as much as possible, the primary caregiver for these special children to be a parent where possible. I know there are situations where a parent is not maybe able to, maybe they are deceased or something like that. But preferably, a parent would be the preferred primary caregiver.
Yes.
I've seen children with special needs being delegated to house managers and nannies who sometimes end up abusing them.
Yes,
Or
true.
even them, because they are human beings, they feel like the burden, the load has fallen on them. And because they are fatigued, they tend to to vent or to hit on these children. And where possible, a parent is the best person. These children needs a lot of love.
Yes.
They need a lot of attention. As I've told you, Anita, when she's happy, I'm the one who benefits. When she's not happy, I'm the first receiver of the tantrums. So imagine if she directs that to a caregiver or a nanny, a nanny or a house manager who is not able to take it, it can turn out to be ugly. What do you think about? Have you observed as a volunteer in your line about this?
I totally agree with you, Mama Anita. I've been a trainer and a teacher for the last 29 years. I've taught both in secondary and technical schools. And we've come across these children, and they come when they're hurting and they're very emotional about it. Even like I had one when I was teaching in secondary school, and she used to be quite emotional about it. But we realized it was coming from home because she was the care of a house manager. And it is tough. Sometimes you don't know how to convince the parent to be there for them because they're also traumatized. They're also feeling too much. As caregivers, you feel it's too much, and sometimes they delegate their duties. So sometimes we empathize and we understand. But I would highly recommend what you have said. Be the primary caregiver. Try to understand how their day was and try to follow up keenly on their day experiences and their diet intake. I'll still go back to my diet and say that. Some of our caregivers, some of our house managers, house help and nannies are not trained in these areas.
Oh, yeah.
And because they are not trained, they give what they have.
Yeah.
Some of them will end up giving even sleeping tablets so that the babies and the kids with special need can sleep and stop
Yeah.
disturbing them.
Yeah.
So I would say we need to be very, very, very careful, explore their day with them. I have been working in technical school, and there's a class we call SCFB, artisan class, and we have been receiving those kind of students, and they are very good.
Yes.
They are very gifted in practicals.
Yes.
I totally agree.
Yeah.
And I enjoy teaching that class.
Yes.
Their practicals is excellent. They produce very good products.
Yeah.
And I am proud of my student. I love
Yes.
that class. We
Yeah.
love that class, and they are very good. They are obedient, because what I realize, they may not be intellectually gifted, but they are gifted with their hands.
Yes, our children actually, most of them, intellectually they might not go very far.
Yes.
But I've seen children with special needs who have excelled in artwork,
Yes.
in even like singing,
Yes.
or performing arts, and or in sports.
Yes.
In sports, like where she went to school at KCCL. I think last year they sent a team to Germany to go and play golf.
Wow.
Special needs.
That's very nice.
It's an area, and only when you're a parent who is present, who gets to explore, who actively engage even the schools they are going to, you'll be able to learn where your child can excel and even push. You know, it's a matter of knowing.
Yeah.
And if there is that opportunity,
Yes.
most of the time it will be given to that parent who seems to be consistent and who is pushing for their child to, to achieve their. And it's not just special needs, it's even for our regular children. In a school, in a sport, opportunities are, yes, given equally. Yes. But if you're persistent and consistent and, they realize that and passionate about it, yes, you get a more advantage than the others.
It is true.
Yes.
I've seen you work with Anita, especially in her art gifting and her music, and she's doing very well.
Yeah, thank you.
What she did last time, I was very, very, very amazed. It was amazing. She was celebrated.
We are hoping this year we will be able to do another song.
That was very
By
nice.
God's grace. Yeah.
So what I'm saying about our children, we just need to accept them for who they are. And I'm impressed about the parents who are able to follow up till in the technical schools, and they are able to fit. My best students in foods and beverage production are coming from artisan class.
Oh, yeah.
And because they may not do much in class, we concentrate more on their production.
And now that one will become a chef.
Yes.
One of the highly paying jobs.
Yeah, and they are doing well in pastry, they are doing well in service, they are doing well in the production of various commodities, and we are grateful to God. And we are happy. So I would highly recommend that we don't hide these kids. There is a place for them in this society. And God has great plans for them. As Jeremiah 29:11 says, "For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord. Plan to prosper you, not to harm you, to give you a hope and a future." And so for me, I believe in abundance in our developmental stages. It doesn't matter what you've been told.
Thank you even
Stigma
for your
is real, vulnerability is real, victimization is real. But when you accept, this is me, this is my child, this is me as Royce, you move on.
And I'll go back to what I said. Let it start at home.
Yeah.
When it starts at home, it's like a mirror. You are reflecting what you want the society to reflect back to you.
Yes.
And sometimes when you interact with Anita, you even forget about her disability.
Yes.
You forget that she's this and that.
Yes.
So you start expressing and you find yourself interacting with her in a way that you can interact the way we are interacting.
Yes.
So let's start this at home. Let's reflect it so that the society can also, we can show the society how we are treating our children and how to treat them. Thank you so much, Lois.
Thank you.
Great. It's always great pleasure to just interact with you.
Yes.
You have really encouraged me over the years, and I know your story also, coming from that background where you had challenges, and going all the way to undergraduate?
Yes.
You did an undergraduate in what? Yeah?
Sustainable tourism and institutional management.
Yes.
And we had a unit in nutrition, which I
Oh,
enjoyed most.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And well done. You are an encouragement to many of us also.
Thank you. Thank you.
And maybe you have a parting shot for Anita and her viewers?
Wow. Thank you very much for taking time to listen to us. And we are happy. Anita is an encouragement to the whole society, and I know she's going to fly. I believe what personally I touch, it grows.
Yes.
And it blossom, whatever it is, she'll blossom. And she'll give us roses, she'll give us lilies, and she'll be an encouragement to so many parents who are going through a moment. Being confined in a wheelchair is not easy, but you have made it.
Thank you.
And I'm proud of you. Viewers, we are very happy. That's purpose to make a difference in our society today. May God bless you abundantly.
All right. Thank you. And thank you so much, our viewers. The parents out there, let's keep encouraging ourselves. Let's take care. As Lois has said, let's take care of ourselves so that we are able to take care of our children. Not taking care of ourselves in a selfish way that we forget our children. No, let's find a balance and let's show the society out here on how to treat our children. Thank you once again. With that, we'll see you next time. Don't forget to subscribe, to share, and to like. Thank you so much. God bless you. Bye-bye.
Bye. Thank you.